Welcome to Lead with Clarity. This is a space for leaders who want to grow without losing themselves in the process. Each episode is a short reflection on leadership, influence, and the inner work that shapes how we show up for others. It's not hype, it's not noise, just clear thinking for the journey of leading well. Today's episode is entitled The One Thing Intelligence Cannot Replace. Here we go. Today's reflection starts with someone who has spent her entire career at the center of artificial intelligence. Fei-Fei Li helped build the systems that now sit inside most of the tools that we use every day. She's not an outsider commenting on technology from a distance. She built it, she studied it, and pushed it forward for 2 decades. It's exactly what makes her words worth sitting with. She said this: "There is no intelligence without humanity. Not intelligence and humility. Humanity, not intelligence, then humanity, added later as a safeguard, no intelligence without it." As if humanity is not a feature bolted onto a smart system, but the very thing that makes intelligence worth having in the first place. Here's the leadership moment inside that line. Most of us are not building AI models, but many of us are leading teams that now run on tools built by people like her. Faster reporting, faster forecasting, faster answers to questions that used to take a week to research. And it's easy, in the middle of all that speed, to start treating output as the same thing as judgment. That is the common misread. We see a system produce something accurate, something well-reasoned, something that would have taken a person hours to put together, and we quietly hand it authority it was never built to carry. The recommendation looks like a decision. The prediction looks like foresight. But accuracy is not the same thing as wisdom, and neither one of those things knows what it does not know about the people on the other end of it. I've watched this play out in ordinary ways. A performance dashboard flags someone is underperforming, and a manager treats the flag as the final word instead of the first question. A forecasting tool recommends a cut, and a leader executes it without ever asking what the model could not see: someone's health, a family situation, a stretch of bad luck that does not show up in a spreadsheet. None of that is malice. It is just speed mistaking itself for certainty. The tool did its job, but the leader skipped theirs. Here's the reframe. Intelligence, whether it is artificial or simply fast human thinking under pressure, was never the hard part of leadership. Plenty of people are smart. Plenty of systems are smart. What is rare, and what stays rare no matter how good the tools get, is the willingness to slow down at the exact moment that a decision touches another person's life and ask what the numbers cannot tell you. What is this person actually dealing with? What did this recommendation not account for? Who gets hurt if I move fast here instead of moving well? That is not a skill you can automate. It is not even really a skill. It is closer to a posture. A refusal to let convenience replace conscience, no matter how good the convenience gets. Here's something worth carrying with you this week. The next time a system, a dashboard, a report, or even your own fastest instinct hands you an answer, treat that answer as a starting point instead of a verdict. Ask what a person closer to the situation would notice that the data could not. That pause, small as it is where leadership actually happens. It's not glamorous. It rarely shows up in a slide deck. But it is the difference between running an organization and leading the people inside it. This gets harder, not easier, as the tools improve. A slow, obviously flawed system invites scrutiny almost by accident. Nobody trusts it blindly. But a fast, well-calibrated one earns trust quickly, and earned trust has a way of turning into unearned deference if you're not paying attention. The better the tool gets, the more discipline it takes to keep asking the human question anyway. That discipline is not a sign you distrust the technology. It is a sign you understand your job has not changed just because the technology did. Fei-Fei Li spent her life building intelligence, and even she is telling us that intelligence by itself is not enough. It never was. What makes any of it matter is the humanity someone chooses to bring to how it gets used. That is the work. Not smarter tools, a steadier hand holding them.